I'm sorry.
Wait, no, it's good. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, where is this being broadcast right now?
Facebook.
Are we live?
Yes. Coming to you live, Facebook Live. Yeah, Facebook Live. Yo, world. It's the kid, JoJo Jovan. Thank you for tapping into the socially charged, debatable, and dope. I'm talking about season 3 of the Privilege Show. I have two of the most amazing co-hosts in the entertainment industry. I'm talking about Cephas.
Hey.
I'm talking about my girl LaShane.
Hey, y'all.
Isaac, we see you over there. No, kidding. We are back, y'all, with a crazy jam-packed season 3. We missed y'all. It shouldn't have left y'all, but yeah, we back. How y'all been? Everybody, have y'all been good? Y'all look beautiful as always. LaShane, you look relaxed. Look like you just missing a martini or something over there. But y'all been good?
Yes. I'm still alive.
To say the least, yeah.
Yeah, managing, as best as you can mid-pandemic. Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, I said I didn't want to talk about this last season. We really talked a lot about the coronavirus and COVID, and that was pretty much every episode, you know what I mean? And we did as much as we could with updating the guests and updating the listeners on where things were, but at one point it's just like, listen, we don't know what's going on. Y'all got to contact the CDC for the rest, so.
They still don't know what's going on.
They still don't know. So
right.
this season, we gonna still inform the people on things that we want to inform them on, but we also going to keep it still socially charged, debatable, and dope. This episode is sponsored by HausHill Entertainment. Download the HausHill Entertainment app for Google Play or iOS devices today. Check out More Than Madness and all of that good stuff. So we jumping right into it, y'all. Anything interesting or bizarre that you guys would specifically like to share that you've seen recently or over the last couple of weeks? Anything specifically, just out of the norm?
I would say something bizarre is watching Trump's doctors talk about his treatment earlier today. They were very specific, but it was very unclear and convoluted. And so I understand why people think that he might not be sick.
Wow.
Did you guys catch the briefing this morning?
I caught the news text part, but I didn't actually see any.
Okay.
Videos. I did see that there's speculation that there's, I think it was Washington Post that was like, he's critical one minute, but then he's not critical. What's really going on? But some are saying that this has been planned or foreseen for a very long time. Obviously, the election is next month, so on and so forth.
I know. It just seemed like there was such a firestorm of things going on with the debates and then the Melania thing and just all that stuff happened at once. So it's kind of like, what is going on?
It is.
But it's a lot. Like it's so much going on. It's like, I don't even know what to talk about first, but I just thought that it was so weird to have all those doctors and not able to provide specific information, which a lot of people have said, if your doctor was treating you for this, he would know.
Right.
He would know if he gave you, if you had another dose of oxygen or not. He would know why, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying that it was peculiar.
Very, very peculiar. Very, very peculiar. Yeah. And he was the one saying that he would never catch it. And, he was immune to it almost and all this other stuff. So I don't believe anything that Trump or the Trump administration has to say, never have, and never will. So get out there and vote, people. Get out there and vote. One bizarre post. LaShane, did you have anything bizarre that you saw, any posts from any of the privileged people around the world?
I think everything that's happening is pretty bizarre. So no, nothing in particular really stands out at the moment, because I just feel like everything has been like one thing after another, just wildly strange.
Yeah, it's been a bizarre year. I mean, if I have anything that I saw to add to the bizarreness that we've been encountering this year is, over the weekend there was a Black male who was accused in the Louis Vuitton store, racial profiling in the Louis Vuitton store sometime last week. And you know, with all the bizarreness that's going on, we'll have the post up for you guys that are watching and listening. Please head over to the Privilege Show on HausHillEntertainment.com to see the clip, or our Instagram at the Privilege Show. With a lot that's going, with so much going on and so many bizarre things going on, uh, why are we still racially profiling in high-end stores, Louis Vuitton and things of that nature? You know, when will, and I guess these questions aren't to unfold right now, but when will we as a culture say, hey, let's stop supporting that madness, and we can't go in there with our with house shoes on without getting looked at sideways? Whereas a Caucasian can roll in there with a robe on and their dog in the hand, and you know, everything is okay. So are y'all still, do y'all still think that racial profiling, like, have y'all experienced any of that lately? Whether it be a supermarket, a hair salon, you know,
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think it stops. I mean, these things are baked into our culture. People just aren't going to stop being the way they are overnight.
what's
It's
specific?
literally, I think, the fabric of this country. Like, it's so interwoven that, and it's not something that other cultures only do to like other cultures, like outside of them. Cultures do it to themselves as well. Other groups do it to themselves.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be lying if I didn't say every time I see a person of color and, you know, the Tesla that's not the base model, I wonder what they do for a living. I don't wonder what white people do for a living when I see them in a Tesla.
Yeah.
And it's not, you know, it's something that is baked into all of us, and we all have to individually do the work, I think. So yeah, and I experience it also.
Yeah. No, and so can you call out a moment specifically that you've experienced where you was like, you know what, this person is trying me on a racial note, but I'm not gonna let them have a piece of my mind? Like, have you, where was that last moment that you encountered something like that or felt that way?
Hmm.
And I guess
I
that's
think
for
I've,
both of you, because I mean, I know it's
I
subtle,
mean,
but
it's yeah, it's subtle. Most people aren't too crazy where they're going to come out and say it, but I do think sometimes, you know, just negotiating regular everyday life things like going to the store, or just standings where people might be more aggressive towards you because they assume that you might be aggressive because you're not you, but I'm perceived as an aggressive person because I'm a Black woman or something like that. You know, just those kinds of things happen a lot. And if I don't play into what they may expect, then that's the opportunity for exposure. You know, and most people say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that." I will say that, just on the contrary of what you're saying, that I've experienced some opportunities where we could say white people, specific people, have said, these past few months have opened my eyes, and they've apologized by treating me certain ways or doing certain things, and have looked at this as a period for them to learn and grow. Exact words.
I was gonna say that's good. At least someone is experiencing honesty and transparency when it comes to racial issues. And you know, we do have friends who are not of the same culture, not of the same race, not of the same skin tone. And for somebody,
Hmm.
but to finally say, you know, outside of an Instagram post, yo, this is how I feel, and you know, in my own words, this is how I can express it. That's pretty dope.
Hmm.
Excuse
Yeah, you know,
uh,
more of that,
yeah,
more of that needed.
definitely more of that. And as we, before we totally skim away from this Trump and Melania topic, who have, as we stated early in the episode, tested positive for COVID-19, aka the coronavirus. The debate, obviously. I mean, Lashane, we talked about it off air. Off, you shared your thoughts on it. The foolery is what you explained it as, right?
It was like two children in elementary school, you know, trying to get them to just say 2 + 2 = 4. And they both know the answer,
Yeah.
but they're too caught up in who is talking over the other. It was embarrassing for me. And I know a lot of people were getting on Trump, but it was embarrassing to me because of both candidates. Like, this is the best we have. Like, God, if you said you was out of presidents, just say that. Like, if that's it, if we got to be single, just say that.
That's fun.
But unfortunately, that's not really an option. But yeah, it was an embarrassment. And I just immediately thought of all of my out of country friends and like the many questions they always ask me about American politics and specifically our president.
Unfortunate. Cess, your thoughts on the debate? Justice or
It was hard to watch.
okay.
Huh?
I was saying
What did you say?
justice done or comical?
Oh, it was, I would say the same as embarrassing. It was embarrassing. It was strange. And it was sad. It's sad. And I was looking at comments online, and like Lashane said, there's a lot of people who are saying, we don't know why Americans are so calm right now. Like, this is alarming. And why are you guys not angry about it? It's one thing to talk about it, but it's another thing to do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
To show your displeasure. You know what I mean? Like, I am surprised that people haven't just lost it and gone out and done crazy stuff just to, you know, just to let folks know that this isn't it. But I don't think we've been pushed that far yet.
So, and that's
I think we've got a lot. I think we're very like, I don't know what, I wish I knew, but there's just something about the tolerance level for even just the president alone, like the tolerance that we all have for someone like this. Who knew that we would be so tolerant? We may gossip and talk shit, but it's like, why haven't we decided to remove him from office yet?
Now, when you talk about, I agree, there's been so many
like
physically
get
him out of there, you know.
I do admittedly get angry at gangs everywhere. Every time Trump opens his mouth or moves his Twitter fingers, I'm just like, y'all be so ready to end somebody, except for the people we really need you to end. And that may not be appropriate to say, but I think about that. Like the innocent people that die every day because of your existence. But you won't take, like, you can't do us one solid. You can't do us one solid.
Oh, that's good. That's yeah, it's deep. It's so deep that it's deep, you know. And when I was watching the debate, I'm like, yo, I was embarrassed. I did find some comedy in it, you know, but I feel like when will we ever really get the true solution? You know what I mean? So when we are yelling vote, 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 which is, you know, my next thing for our viewers and listeners, please do vote. I mean, although we are in times, let me just stop. I'm for voting. I plan on voting, but I also am an advocate for people doing what they feel is right. And we all don't share the same values and morals and all and things of that nature, but what's right is right. So right now, I feel like even if you don't see politics, don't know about politics, you should be going to vote just because there are possible potential changes for the culture. The rest, we need to be doing ourselves as a culture to make sure that is getting done, like you said. One thing that I did want to piggyback on and go back to, Seth, you said that you were reading comments from viewers online and listeners that were saying, when is the enough? Are the protests that have been going on this whole year since George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, what more do we, I mean, not saying that it ends there, but what more do the users, what more do y'all think that they want from us? Like, what should we do?
I mean, we haven't collectively protested, I mean, in like massive amounts of people against this administration. Like, we have shown up for other things and people pay attention. If 2,000-3,000 people walked up and down Hollywood right now and demanded that Trump got out of office, and that was something that happened across the country, you'd see some people perk up. He would. I think that he needs the pressure. He needs to feel the pressure, and it's, you know, it's easy to, for him, he gets off on maybe just a little bit of fanfare online. But if you've got people screaming like, "Hey, we don't like you. You need to pay attention to us. You need to respond to us," start seeing that wave and that fervor, that I think that both of them would change up a little bit.
I wonder
it's
if
it's more than just writing shit on Twitter and Facebook.
Agreed.
Right.
Go ahead.
I wonder if it's because I think there's some level of awareness that you could die at a protest because of how our government and police are treating, I'm not talking about rioters, I'm talking about protesters.
Yeah.
So for me as a Black woman, because I'm Black before I'm a woman, in anything else, I'm willing to die for being Black and for trying to further the cause along. I don't know that it's worth getting Trump out of office though. Like, not my life. At the same time, I know that him staying in power for another 4 years could cost me that, right? But I wonder if
it could
like
cost
that,
all of us that.
but I wonder, you know, like if people actually think about that, because I'm like, nobody's protested widely against Trump in the same way that we have with all these other things that are really important.
That's okay.
To her point, and what you said it beautifully. With other presidents, and for the most part, the way my life is set up, what is going on in office doesn't really affect me. Regardless, that's why I vote every single time. But still, if this person, that person's in office, I'm still Gucci. This is one of those times where all of us could be potentially affected by the way he's leading this country. And I'm talking mostly about coronavirus. That's something that can affect any one of us. And the way that he's treated that now that he has it, I mean, it's just a complete mind fuck. But we could potentially lose our lives by the way that his attitude, just an attitude about something, which should not prevail science and all these experts. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, that makes me really, really nervous.
Well, yeah, especially if you look at the statistics, Black and brown people, more specifically Black people, I believe, are dying from COVID. So
I know 5 people that have died.
Wow.
I know way more that have had it. It's gone through family members, all kinds of stuff. But I know 5 people that have died, and it's not the typical, you know, what is it? The people with health conditions. No, these are vibrant, energetic, healthy people. You know.
And same, a handful of people, mutual people, family, friends, you know, back home in Chicago passed away as well, old, young, and restless. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate. And sorry and condolences to your people and LaShane, any of your people, and
same to you guys too, if you know anyone. Oh wow.
This, you know, I think these holidays, and we talked about it briefly, LaShane, like I think these holidays more so than ever are probably going to be, hopefully they'll be sentimental, really heartfelt, and really, you know, feeling like the holidays. It hasn't felt like the holidays in a long time. We've all been shut in. And if we're going to be shut in these holidays, at least let's do it with the people we love. Let's do some things, you know, play some games, do some things, bring back some nostalgic moments. Vote, y'all. Taking us into the Black wins, picking it up a notch. We got Nicki Minaj welcomes new baby with husband Kevin Petty. So it's Nicki Minaj Petty. Yeah. She had a new baby. So kudos, congrats to her and her husband. Black is back. As we know, the Primetime Emmys just held their 72nd event recently, and we're saying Black is back because a lot of great names, big names, and you know, some newcomers took home the statue that night. Did you guys get to tune in a bit to it?
Yes, because I'm a huge fan of Watchmen, and I was so happy to see that Regina King and them won.
Yeah,
and the handsome brother. Oh my God, yeah. I don't know how to pronounce his name. What is it?
Oh my God, we both said the same thing. I was gonna say, pronounce it. Is it Yaya?
It's something like that.
Yaya Abdul. Anyway, yeah, something of that nature. Watchmen has become one of my faves. I will admittedly say I didn't tune in the beginning, like all the fans have, but I've been enjoying where it's at. Recently.
Man, I was looking for y'all. I'm telling you, waiting, because you know HBO will put out an episode once a week. So I would be like every week waiting for that thing to hit, honey. And I'd be out there tweeting and talking about it. And I'm like, why are Black people not watching this? This is crazy. LaShane, have you seen this show?
I have. I jumped on it late also, before everyone won their awards and everything, but still late in the game. And I have to say, I was ashamed a little bit as well that it didn't. Oops, sorry. that it didn't that I didn't catch it sooner, but it's great. And I love Regina King. I love everything she does. So.
Yeah, me too. I'm a fan. But it's just some of the themes of this show, I'm thinking like, especially at the time, this is earlier this year. Yeah. I'm thinking like, gosh, this is so like needed right now. Do y'all see this? Is anybody else watching? These people put this out here on TV. Like it was just, I mean, I enjoyed it. It was beautiful to watch too, the colors and the imagery. I mean, it seemed to almost fly under the radar in a sense. And I think at the time, they decided not to create a season 2. And I'm like, how could you not? I don't know what they're saying about it now, but it was definitely fun to watch. Who else won? I'm trying to think who else. Euphoria. I was a fan of that show too.
Euphoria is my jam.
Yeah.
Euphoria.
That's my jam. Zendaya.
Okay, Zendaya. I was gonna say Zendaya.
Yeah.
Moment Award, but I didn't know what it was. Which.
I believe she created the show as well, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
I'm not sure. One of my friends plays her mom.
Okay.
Nika King plays her mom, and Nika's a comedian. So to see her in that role was like, wow. But that was another show that I was
exceptionally cast. That cast is just
You know who I was really, really excited for? 2 GOATs in the game. Eddie Murphy and Laurence Fishburne, you know. In addition to RuPaul, like that's amazing as well. All right. Are amazing, but you know, to still see Eddie, still see RuPaul, to still see Laurence Fishburne, like still doing a thing. It's a lot of people.
Right.
If Bernie Mac in heaven was still alive, he would be up there as well. You know.
Right. Laurence Fishburne's show on Quibi was amazing too. If you guys haven't checked that out, but that one is mind blowing as well. And I think that I saw that in June, and I'm thinking like, hey, we are living this. What's going on? People aren't ready for Quibi just yet. I think it launched in April.
What is it? Is it a network?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Network.
I've heard of it. I was gonna say I've heard of it. So yeah. Now, in this show, was he playing the dad or something, or was it a movie?
He plays the police officer. Like he's brought in to diffuse a situation. You know, it's not quite a hostage situation. What do they call that when they won't come outside? I guess it is kind of a hostage situation because he's in there with his family. He won't let his family out. But it's a stand down with the police.
Got it. That sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Washington would play.
The great thing about it is definitely that. And I didn't think he could pull it off, but he does. And the thing about Quibi is their shows are shorter. They're like 10 minutes per episode. But man, you don't need an hour when you've got good writing. And Kevin Hart, I think, has a show on there that's pretty funny with John Travolta. Who else did I like? See, I could talk about this all day long. I've been at home. That's what's going on. I don't go nowhere.
There are many episodes just packed in the 10 minutes. They're 20.
Yeah, but it feels like, I mean, it's enough. The cool thing about it is you can go from episode to episode to episode. Right. So, you know.
Do you have to wait like a time limit to actually wait to see the next episode type thing?
I feel like that's how they launched them, because the Kevin Hart one, I could only see like the first 3 and I had to wait. But I believe they released all the ones for the Laurence Fishburne's one. I wish I knew the name of it. But I might have just got to it late. But it seemed like it was the same kind of like streaming model that we all have grown to love. Like, let us watch it when we want to. I'm a grown woman.
Yeah. What I've been watching, because you mentioned HBO before we go on to our next thing, Libra, Raised by Wolves on HBO Max.
How is that?
It's pretty good. I finished it off. I won't spoil it for the ones that I have not seen it yet, but I was pretty disappointed at the end. But LaShane, you've started tapping in. You guys have seen it, right?
I have not.
Okay.
Tapped in, but I tapped out.
Why?
It's you know, I'm into a lot of dark shit. I'm a Scorpio, but like it just started making a really weird turn for me, and I was like, all right, I'm good. I'm gonna go. And I went and decided to check out the other Lovecraft Country.
Yes. So I'm on that too.
I started tuning into that instead, and now I'm caught up on that. I've completely given up on Raised by Wolves.
All right. Well, I'm gonna check it out to see how I feel if I share you guys'
Yeah,
sentiments. Did
Wait.
anyone see I May Destroy You before we move to the next topic?
No, y'all keep giving me all this stuff to see, and I'm like, what?
Did tune in. I love it.
Michaela Cole? Yes.
I love it.
Jeez. Do I watch on the go? Or what, like, you know? Jeez, you're making me feel bad, Says.
Well, we'll give you a list.
Of it?
I May Destroy You.
I May Destroy You.
You gotta watch that one. You just have to.
Is it a dark one?
It can be.
Well,
Yeah,
it
I mean,
sounds
yeah,
like it is. Yeah, it sounds like it is. But it's that season. We're Halloween. I love. That's personally like in film school. I love.
Not that kind of darkness. It just, it starts off as one thing and you think it just turns into something else. I think if you ask everyone what they think it's about, I think we'll have a different answer.
Yeah,
let's
different. As a we'll start the Privilege Show movie club or something. Where
okay,
at least something,
yeah.
On to the birthdays. It is the Libras. Happy birthday to all the Libras out there. Ah! Do y'all know many Libras?
No. I cut off everybody about this part of the year and all.
Oh, okay, yeah. What's your sign, Seth?
I'm an Aries.
Aries,
so,
like my grandma.
Yeah.
And Lynn is a Scorpio. Yeah. She just advised all of us. As we know, my dad is a Scorpio. Many Scorpios in my life.
My sister's a Scorpio.
Taurus. I didn't know you had a sister, Seth.
I'm one of 9.
Oh my gosh. I feel like you did mention that before, LaShane, but now I'm going to ask, because I know you guys' genes are strong. Do you have any resemblance to your sisters? Any of you guys look like, oh my gosh, y'all look like spot.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And we, some of us have different moms and you would not believe who's who. Like it's kind of hard to figure out who has the different parent. My genes are hella strong.
Interesting. Libras reading of the week. Libras, tune in. As a person who has a strong sense in their play, you know that everyone has a right to be heard, even in their opinion classes with the majority. But this week, you can become inflamed, and it may seem that the best way to put out the fire is to stop everyone from speaking up. But with few good rules, such as allowing everyone a chance to express what they are feeling and ensuring that everyone is truly heard, you can bring balance to an imbalanced situation. Libra, you are an excellent role model in this regard. Don't be afraid to share a unique idea with an influential person that you encounter this week. So happy birthday, Libras. Little quick shout out motivation to y'all to kick the week off, all that good stuff. Celebrity gossip. Let's just get straight to it. Cash Money, Make It Nasty rapper Tyga has hit the news, the airwaves again, media waves again. Several outlets have reported that Make It Nasty rapper Tyga is recycling his nudes on OnlyFans to generate money. Now, I know times are hard. I know, I know things are getting crazy. This OnlyFans is really probably cashing out right now. There's this ever evolving industry. You got Pornhub, you got all type of things that are taking place. Now you got OnlyFans, and I got text messages saying, "What do you think about this? What do you think? Why is he doing this?" I don't know. I'm not Tyga's, his rep, but did y'all get a chance to see the pictures?
I don't want to see them pictures.
He is not someone whose nudes I'm searching for at all.
No.
But why?
No thanks.
Do y'all think it's that deep right now? And I mean, we all have
if he's
going on, but why? Do you need the money? Would you take?
No, I don't think that. If he had new nudes,
okay,
a whole expose, new photo shoot, haven't seen these before, then yes, I would think that he was probably doing it for money. But if you're recycling nudes, then you're doing it for publicity. You want people to say, "Oh, we checked it out and we saw old photos." Oh, darn.
Yeah.
Just trying to stay out there.
I was gonna say is it a comeback ploy, but where did he ever go?
Come back with what?
Yeah.
I mean, the last time I heard his name, he was with a child. So
yeah, right.
he's not somebody I'm checking for on any level. But occasionally he has a hit or two that I might, take a little tail feather to.
No, most definitely. Moving to that, because Tyga's not bringing us any money or fans, so we're gonna drop that. But while we are on the topic of cash money records, that always made me think of Juvenile, that whole period, genre and moment in time, excuse me. Cash Money Records, Cash Money Crew. It's also been reported that Drake is dating or has dated, clear that up, has dated SZA. This has been confirmed or stated by Drake on a new song collaboration with 21 Savage called Mr. Right Now, where he indicated that the two had a moth-to-moth flame moment, if you will. I don't really have any thoughts on that. I mean, we're here at the Privilege Show, are reporting what you guys want to hear. We're reporting the hot topics of what the world has buzzing on. Did Drake, bro, get your life. I mean, enjoy life. You only live once. SZA, it may be time for another hit. So right now it's probably the opportune time for some drama with SZA. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's what I think it is. Y'all have thoughts on the Drake and SZA potential moth to the flame moment, or it's not that important to you?
I don't know the song, so I don't want to.
It's new.
Speak out of term.
Yeah.
But it just seems like these people probably date a lot of people. So why would you put her name in it if you're not trying to start something? So. Yeah.
Plus, she needs the publicity, I feel like.
I think he's just really he's exceptional at playing this like marketing game. I think that he's somebody that we know, like, is obsessed with Rihanna. Like, there's certain things about him that we know, and I think throwing out a name like SZA is something that a lot of people wouldn't expect for whatever reason. And we live in a world where people care about who celebrities are dating. So I just think that he's doing what he's always done. I think the reason why it's throwing us for a loop is because it's not Rihanna. But other than that, this is what he always does. He's a kiss and teller, and he always has been. So, yeah.
Who have we heard? I've heard Drake and Rihanna, Drake and the model from that he has a baby with. Now SZA. Lashane believes Drake and Nicki Minaj have crashed and crushed. I'm trying to go down Drake's list because I feel like we called a few out, but of course we don't know his whole true history. Oh, yeah. Serena Williams, right?
The Jenner sisters.
And Kris Jenner. I mean, not Kris Jenner.
Serena Kylie Williams. For sure.
Sisters.
Sisters with an S. Serena Williams.
Serena.
Yeah, that is true, huh?
I mean, he's a Scorpio, so he's gonna he is like borderline obsessive with like whoever he's involved with at the time. And so you're gonna see that because he is someone who puts his business in his music, like most singers and rappers. You're gonna hear about it, but he does this with everybody.
It's some pimps in the game. Nick Cannon, pimp.
Isn't a pimp one that has multiple women at the same time?
Absolutely. Nick Cannon is a pimp. Who we just named? Jamie Foxx is a pimp.
Are they pimps or are they just dating?
Let me just go on air and say this. I can't factually say that they're pimps. And we ain't talking about James Brown, back in the day, Superfly pimp. I'm just talking about multiple women. I'm not saying money is being given.
So we
just saying they
should we say player?
Player.
He's a player.
Player.
Player no more.
Player from the Himalayas.
Hey. Okay, no, but y'all gonna have me singing. No, we're not going into anything to cap off our celebrity gossip. And it's a quick just nod and mention just out of respect and condolence. But last Wednesday, Chrissy Teigen went to her Instagram page to share a series of posts, photos that shared sentimental moments of her and John at the hospital after losing their son. And that was very, very sad. So prayers up to them. They have 2 kids together already, right? Or is it just one?
Yeah.
2?
Wow. Luna, and I can't remember the other one's name, I think.
Wow. Interesting. And you never really know, like, that's why life is so precious. You never really know where life is going to take you. I mean, thinking about John Legend's history as just a solo artist and where he's come from, and, you know, now him having children and being married and, you know, having to deal with that. I personally don't know how that feels and don't want to, you know, put that on anybody. So much prayers and respect. Condolences. New music. We're going to just run down this list. New music because it's a lot. Fourth quarter, October hit hard with albums and songs from the following artists. Halsey. How do you pronounce it? Halsey or Halsey?
Halsey.
Halsey. Okay. Halsey, Bryson Tiller, Meg Thee Stallion, 21 Savage, Ella Mai, Ella, and Wiz Khalifa, amongst many others who drop music. You know, when I talked past Bryson Tiller and Meg Thee Stallion, I automatically thought of Tory Lanez, which that's kind of old news now to the world. It is old news, but yeah, what really happened with that? We'll leave that for next episode. I'm hearing now that Meg Thee Stallion's best friend is somewhat quiet about the situation. She was the only one that was there at the scene. She's not saying anything about it. It's also reported that Meg Thee Stallion's best friend, who was at the scene of the shooting at the incident, was also dating Tory Lanez at the same time. So that's why she's not speaking. People lashed out, fans of Meg Thee Stallion lashed out like, yo, that's supposed to be your best friend. Why you not saying nothing? Why you not on her side? And, you know, Meg Thee Stallion's friend is still silent. So people are like, you know, the privileged people are like, if that was my friend, I'll do this. If that was my friend, I'll do that. And the other opposing side is saying, yo, wait until it boils down and then let her tell her side. I mean, my thing is, if it's my friend, I need you to know right now. You need to say what happened right now. Because right now, the media is saying that it's hurting both Megan and Tory's careers. You know, with saying that Megan looks like a liar, Tory shot a woman, who's telling the truth. You know, anyway, it's celebrity drama. You know, at this point, we have sat home enough this year to start to see through some of the BS. And I don't know. I feel like what's being said is true. Meg Thee Stallion's best friend was dating Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez shot Meg.
What's the proof of that? Where is it coming from?
The lack thereof.
You mean about them dating or that he shot her?
Yeah, the dating, the best friend. Sorry. Where is that coming from?
I say.
Did they have text messages, video? Is it a public? Is it his PR trying to spin?
That's my thing, because I'm like, how do we know that Megan even wants her to say anything? I haven't seen Megan post anything or say anything that makes it seem like she's disappointed in her. I mean, I don't really check the follower thing. I don't know if they're still following each other or not, or any of that. I have noticed that they haven't been seen together. But other than that, I mean, I don't think it's hurting his career at all.
So,
because the fact that people are questioning whether or not she was shot, if she was white, he would be dead. So, you know, it's Black women are the most unprotected in the world. Right. And that's what we're seeing play out. I don't think it's affecting his career. I think it is affecting hers. I had to catch myself. And because I even found myself trying to read her body language and stuff. And it's like, who am I to say how a victim of something like that should behave? If it were me, I would probably throw myself into my work, which is what she's doing, because she don't got nobody.
She shared a photo of the medical staff removing stuff from her foot, you know, just having to do stuff like that. Like, it's really crazy that she has to prove that she's a victim in this sense.
Well, here's the thing.
And the DA still hasn't brought charges against him.
That's the only thing that's weird to me.
Yeah.
To your point, saying you're here too. To your point, because you asked something before, I forgot. I wanted to say, what is the proof? The proof to me is that he's one sleeping with the best friend because of the lack thereof. If I'm your best friend and you know that this guy that I'm dating, that the public, that the world knows that is publicly out there, we've been on live together, hugged up, you know, over drinks, has shot me based off of us getting into it, because now y'all fucking, I expect you to come up and speak out for me. Here's the next part. Meg's other best friend, that's mutually associated with the girl who's not speaking, that was there that night, went on a rant on Instagram, talking in her story about how she would have done this, how this girl is a bald-headed, this, and this.
Friends don't, but you know, friends. I have two friends that most of my friends that aren't connected don't like each other. That's just, you know, especially if that's the other best friend. That is not proof. She could just be a hater sliding into a situation where she could make that girl look bad. But I thought that the girl in the car. I'm sorry to hijack your moment, but I thought the girl in the car wrote something on her Instagram saying that she didn't shoot her. Like, I think, didn't she say something initially?
Yeah, she did say
so
that.
I mean, this is legal. Like, it's not just a Love and Hip Hop storyline. There's legal matters at hand here. We don't know who's being advised to say something, not say something. You know what I mean? Like, it's too soon, I think, to really give the whole story, because we're getting fragments. But that could be some shit some old random person in the corner of the internet created, and now it's a story. You know, it's not a storyline, but it's real life.
Yeah.
But you feel me? Like, this could just be some stuff, and the two of these girls are probably at home like, "Wow, really? I can't believe they came up with this." So I won't believe it until they actually address it.
Agreed.
Or we see some proof.
I feel that that's good for a good another episode in creative debate. The topic of doing more than what's needed, or doing more than what you were put on this earth to do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
Get creative. I mean, if all we have is year after year after year is celebrities and people that have money making up stories to keep themselves relevant. I mean, Lashane, I even think you mentioned the Kardashians are going off air soon, or they're not re-signed for another season. What's next? You see what I'm saying? Are they, you know, is Kim returning back to the porn industry? Is makeup the end? Like, where does Kris Jenner go? What new man? Like, you see what I'm saying? There's so many questions. No one is creative. That's what I'm saying. You got people like Tyga going to OnlyFans because you can't be creative. You can't make no more hits. You can't sell no more music. You can't tour right now or sell merchandise at tours to get income. So you can't be creative. People get creative. Don't sell your soul for nonsense, is what I'm saying.
I think that people
that's my privilege, sorry.
I think people confuse survival with being creative. Because some people think that OnlyFans is a creative alternative to other employment options. Especially when you're talking about people within the entertainment industry. You have to understand, a lot of people slept on couches, on floors, in trunks to get where they're at. So when you reach a certain pinnacle, you know, people like to say, you know, that they remember all of that, and they do. And some of them refuse to go back at any cost, you know, and I do think that the pandemic was really about that. Like, really sit down and figure out who you are as an individual, because a lot of the things that we were doing to survive, make ends meet, you know, isn't okay with our soul. And that's why so many of us are unhappy or have addictions and all this other shit. Pandemic took away a lot of distractions for people. And those who still found the distractions in the pandemic are struggling the worst right now.
Now, and I hear you on that. Now, what I will say is, and I agree to points in that, and then I also want to ask the question, that after this pandemic has lifted a bit, and production is back normal, the strip clubs are back open, drug wars are back in full effect, people can now make the money that they were making before COVID, but now on creative outlets like OnlyFans has tarnished your career. I know many dancers and people who have been on certain shows who have now visited OnlyFans And my concern is because these images are being repurposed and sent around the internet, and gifts are being made of things being done, that once this thing is over, your name is no longer valid because it's Ray J. It's Ray J and Kim Kardashian at this point. Not saying those names aren't valid. That's not what I'm saying. But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just
The
been very
business
hard
is
for
still there.
talent to convert from the porn world to mainstream entertainment. That's always been something that they have not been. The powers that be don't want that to happen, even though comparably
Yeah,
still selling the same fantasy.
yeah.
There's something about that line being drawn between the two worlds, and that was my concern for all the folks running over to OnlyFans. There is just, even for people who partake in that, who enjoy it, when everyone puts their clothes on, straightens their ties up, they don't want any connections to that world. And if you're a performer in that world, you're gonna be judged harshly.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people who are on OnlyFans keeping their clothes on, but the stigma that comes with it, it's like saying that you're knitting on Pornhub. No one believes you. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna pay to believe you. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it's.
I gotta get
but that's
next time I'm gonna just be sitting here like.
You know, but that's where I'm saying it goes back to what was the pandemic really about. You know, if you believe in God and you believe in the universe, then you believe everything has a reason. And so, again, are you focused on short-term solutions, you know, and the easy, convenient thing that doesn't really speak to your soul and is not going to fulfill you long-term? Or are you going to thug it out right now and maybe reduce some expenses, get a roommate, something else, and go drive for DoorDash, for example?
Yeah.
And it's going to be a lot less money. Yes, but you can show your face to the world next year when we all reemerge.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Great input, and we're gonna have to dive into that. That OnlyFans is a big thing for the culture. Well, a lot of people this year. We'll dive into that at a different note. While we are about to head to the closing of the show, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for sticking in. While we're on this, before we head out, so the Privilege Show now has an after show called Debate Talks, #Debate Talks. Go ahead and check it out. It airs every Thursday. The visuals air every Thursdays. We're going to be talking about a focus group debates, getting into the dirt, getting into the nitty gritty. The topic for this after show specifically is, when is the right time to tell? So as we were talking about OnlyFans and things of that nature, and that kind of ties with the fine line with sex workers, the question I'll pose to you ladies is, when is the right time to tell your significant other that there's something else going on that you have hidden? Whether it be, I'll be specific. When is it the right time to tell your spouse that you were a former sex worker?
Oh.
Because I had to
We're gonna do that
because it's you.
In the debate.
When's the whole? Yeah, this isn't the main debate, but when is the right time to tell is the main debate, and then we're going to ask a slew of questions to everyone from the LGBTQ plus community to homophobic men. They're going to be on the after show. Check that out next. But in this specific Privilege Show, when is the right time to tell your spouse or significant other that you were a former sex worker? Is it prior to getting in the relationship? Is it a year after marriage? Where is that? Do you tell them at all?
I think it depends what type of sex work.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of things that's considered sex work that people don't really think. So like camera work is sex work. And you could just be like topless and that's considered sex work. So, I think it just really depends. Me personally, I'm going to try to get those things out in the open sooner than later, because I feel like it's a waste of my investment if someone is closed-minded. I've never done sex work though either. So I don't know. If I don't have anything else to disclose, like STD statuses, I don't know. That can come up in regular conversation for me.
Sess, when is the right time to tell your significant partner that you have HIV?
Oh.
I believe that you should offer those things up front. I think that to Lashane's point, that before you invest, before things get serious, if there's something, that could affect somebody's health status, right? So that you need to lead with off the top and give that person the opportunity to decide whether they want to continue on or not. If it's something that doesn't affect their life, it's just maybe just an opinion of you, then I think that you can hold on to those things until you get serious. And then along the way, you find out if it's even worth disclosing, because this may be a person that you might not have a future with.
Good. That's good advice. And I don't have any rebuttals, you know. I mean, my thing is when you feel comfortable enough, not as far as the HIV thing, like you said, that was very well put. Within the topic of when is the right time to tell, it's so layered, you know. On the after show, debate talks, they're going to be talking about when's the right time to tell your mate or new date that you're a transgender. When's the right time to say that you've been in a bisexual relationship before? You know, the topics like that. So when is the right time to say that you have opposing political views? You're dating someone, y'all hit it off in every way, but then you find out they're truly a Trump supporter. You know what I mean? When is the right time to tell? So y'all tune in to the after show. In the meantime, between time, thanks for tuning into the Socially Charged, Debatable, and Dope Season 3 of the Privilege Show. I feel like Oprah, Privilege Show.
You get a podcast. You get a podcast.
You get a podcast. No, for sure. Y'all make sure y'all stay safe. Thanks for joining. Be sure to check us out. Cecily Jamela on Instagram. Gora_Lashane on Instagram. Jojo Jovan on Instagram. Uriel.Isaac on Instagram. The Privilege Show on Instagram. And we're with you guys every Monday, 8 a.m. on all major platforms. Check out www.HausHill.com. In the meantime, between time, stay safe. Love y'all. Peace. Thank y'all. Hey. That's my new outro. Love y'all. See y'all.
Bye.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Isaac Hayes of The Privilege Show. Make sure y'all check us out every Monday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on HausHillMedia.com.
It's only entertainment.